least when it came to Peter Griffin. One of the things that made Death so endearing was his voice. Voiced by comedian Adam Carolla, Death spoke in a monotone drawl that perfectly captured his world weariness and exasperation, particularly when dealing with Peter's antics. Carolla's comedic timing and ability to wring humor out of the mundane breathed life into the character, making him more than just a spooky caricature. Death's interactions with Peter were a constant source of amusement. Peter, oblivious to Death's true nature, treated him like an old buddy, often roping him into absurd schemes or engaging him in pointless arguments. Death, for his part, seemed resigned to his fate as Peter's reluctant companion, his patience tested time and time again. It was this odd couple dynamic that truly resonated with viewers. Death, the ultimate straight man, against Peter, the embodiment of chaos. Their interactions were a constant source of laughter, proving that even the Grim Reaper wasn't immune to the absurdity of life, or, in Peter's case, near-death experiences. Opted to focus on its core cast of characters, streamlining the narrative and reducing production costs. Death, while popular, was ultimately a supporting character, and his removal allowed the writers to dedicate more time and resources to the Griffin family. Section 5, A Family Affair, refocusing the narrative. With Death out of the picture, underwent a subtle but significant shift. The show began to focus more on the dynamics between the Griffin family members. Storylines revolved around Peter and Lois's marriage, Meg's teenage woes, Chris's awkward attempts at navigating adolescence, and Stewie's diabolical plans for world domination. New characters were introduced, expanding the show's universe and creating new comedic possibilities. These new additions, while not intended to replace Death, filled the void left by his absence. They brought their own unique personalities and quirks to the table, injecting fresh energy into the show. This renewed focus on the Griffin family ultimately proved to be a wise decision. It allowed the show to explore new comedic avenues and delve deeper into the characters that audiences had come to know and love, while Death's absence was felt, proved that it could survive and thrive without him. Section 6, Ghosts of Seasons Past, Death's Sporadic Returns. Although Death's regular appearances ceased after Season 3, he wasn't entirely forgotten. Like a persistent specter. The Vanishing Act, Death's sudden departure. Just when Death had cemented his place as a beloved recurring character, he vanished. After Season 3, Death was no longer seen in Quahog. Fans were left wondering what had happened to the skeletal prankster. Where had he gone? Had he finally grown tired of Peter's shenanigans and decided to take a permanent vacation? The show offered no explanation for Death's absence. There were no grand farewells, no tearful goodbyes. He was just gone. This sudden disappearance only deepened the mystery surrounding the character. Theories abounded online. Some speculated that Adam Carolla's busy schedule had made it impossible for him to continue voicing the character. Others believed that the writers had simply run out of ideas for Death. Whatever the reason, Death's absence left a void in. The show felt different without his dry wit and morbid charm. The dynamic between him and Peter had been a unique and hilarious element, and his removal marked a noticeable shift in the show's overall tone. Behind the curtain production woes and shifting tones. To understand Death's disappearance, we need to delve into the behind-the-scenes turmoil that plagued during its early years. The show, known for its irreverent humor and pop culture references, had a tumultuous relationship with Fox. After successful first 2 seasons, faced cancellation not once but twice. This period of uncertainty took its toll on the show's production. Writers and animators were unsure if each episode would be their last, leading to a sense of creative stagnation. The show's humor, once sharp and subversive, became increasingly reliant on shock value and cutaway gags. It's within this context that Death's disappearance makes more sense. The show, facing an uncertain future, likely the Grim Reaper with a sense of humor, introducing Death. Death, the ultimate end, the inevitable fate that awaits us all. It's a concept that has haunted humanity since the dawn of time. But what if Death wasn't some terrifying ethereal being? What if Death was, well, a bit of a goofball? Enter the animated sitcom that thrives on pushing boundaries and lampooning the sacred. In the world of Death isn't some ominous figure shrouded in darkness. He's a regular Joe, albeit one with a skeletal face and a penchant for showing up at the most inconvenient times. Death's first appearance was nothing short of memorable. Picture this. Peter Griffin, the show's lovable but dim-witted patriarch, is on the brink of death. Who shows up to usher him to the afterlife? None other than Death himself, looking like he just clocked out of his shift at the underworld DMV. This wasn't the Grim Reaper of folklore and nightmares. This Death was awkward, a little bit grumpy, and surprisingly relatable. Audiences were immediately drawn to this unconventional portrayal of Death. He was a breath of fresh air, a reminder that even the most serious of subjects could be mined for comedic gold. His dry wit and deadpan delivery, a stark contrast to the show's usual brand of over-the-top humor, made him an instant fan favorite. More than just a gimmick, Death's endearing quirks. Death wasn't just a one-note joke, a fleeting gag meant to elicit a quick laugh. He was a fully realized character with his own unique set of quirks and complexities. He was shown to be a fan of bowling, a terrible driver, and surprisingly bad at his job. At least he would occasionally pop up in later episodes, much to the delight of fans. These cameos were often brief, fleeting glimpses of the Grim Reaper going about his business in Quahog. In one memorable episode, Death is seen working as a cashier at a grocery store, his skeletal face contorted in an expression of utter boredom. In another, he's shown attending a Halloween party, lamenting the fact that no one recognizes him without his scythe. These sporadic returns, while fleeting, served as a reminder of Death's enduring appeal. They were a testament to the impact he had made on the show even after all those years. His appearances, though brief, were always met with cheers from audiences, proving that the Grim Reaper still had a special place in the hearts of fans. Section 7. The Legacy of Laughter, Death's Enduring Impact. Death's legacy extends far beyond his limited appearances. He became a cult figure, a symbol of the show's willingness to push boundaries and find humor in the unexpected. His character demonstrated that no topic, not even death, was off-limits in the pursuit of a good laugh. The success of Death's character paved the way for other unconventional characters to appear on. It encouraged the writers to embrace the absurd, to populate Quahog with a cast of oddballs and misfits who could hold their own against the Griffin family. More importantly, Death's character reminded us that even in the face of the inevitable, there's always room for humor. He taught us not to take life or death too seriously. He showed us that even the Grim Reaper can have a bad day, that even the most daunting of figures can be brought down to earth with a well-placed joke. Section 8. Evolving Humor. Family Guy's transformation. His humor has undoubtedly evolved since its early days. The show, once known for its shock value and reliance on cutaway gags, has matured, finding a better balance between satire, absurdity, and character-driven humor. While some argue that the show's humor has become tamer, others see it as a sign of growth. It is no longer content with simply being outrageous for the sake of it. It's more self-aware, more willing to engage with social commentary and explore complex themes, albeit always through the lens of its own unique brand of humor. This evolution is a natural part of any long-running show. As the writers and the audience grow and change, so too does the humor. What was considered edgy and subversive in 1999 might seem tame or even dated by today's standards. Section 9. The Show Must Go On. Family Guy's enduring appeal, despite its tumultuous history and evolving humor, remains a cultural phenomenon. It has endured cancellations, critical scrutiny, and the ever-changing landscape of television to emerge as one of the longest-running animated sitcoms of all time. The show's enduring appeal lies in its ability to connect with audiences on multiple levels. It's a show that can make you laugh out loud one minute and then surprise you with its moments of genuine heart and insight the next. And while Death may no longer be a regular fixture in Quahog, his legacy lives on. He serves as a reminder of the show's early days, a testament to its willingness to take risks and embrace the absurd. He's a character that will forever be associated with, a reminder of the show's unique brand of humor and its ability to find laughter in the most unexpected of places.